Hey, what's going on, everyone? I appreciate y'all coming here and checking out this Fallout 76 video. Wow, I just gotta say, before I get into all of this, the support over my previous video over why it's not worth it to become a ghoul was absolutely insane. We blasted through that like goal of 700 likes. We got to like 3,000 likes or something. That is so amazing. Seriously, thank you guys so much. On that note, I'm going to make another like goal. Let's see if we can get this video to also surpass 700 likes. I know it's a lot to ask for, but it's seriously very motivating seeing this kind of support over my Fallout 76 videos. Seriously, guys, thank you. But yeah, to get into this, since I've talked about why it's not worth it, like I mentioned in that previous video, I'm going to be talking about why it is worth it too. In that video, I went over the cons. In this one, I'm going over the pros. If you haven't seen that video, a link to it will be down below in the description. So yeah, to start this off on why transforming into a ghoul could be worth it to you will be the new perk cards that you can unlock over time. Keep in mind, once you become a ghoul, you're not going to have all of these perk cards available to you at once. You are going to have to level up and unlock them. But yeah, there are some really useful perk cards that you can utilize. This opens up new possibilities of creating some powerful builds. I will say a lot of transforming into the ghoul does lean toward more of becoming more of a melee build. But there are some other benefits too, not just with melee, but it seems like it leans more toward melee build users. So if that's up your alley, then you might want to transform into a ghoul. Which, by the way, I'm able to show you all of these perk cards thanks to Nuka Knight's data mining all these. So big props to him. So starting off here, we got the Arms of Steel perk card that you can get. As you can see, your sturdy arms allow you to reduce ranged weapon recoil, increasing accuracy by 30%. Anyways, next up here, we got the Bone Shatterer perk card. This one is an excellent perk card, especially when becoming a ghoul, because there's going to be a lot of melee build users as a ghoul. I'll get more into that further in this video. You'll see why. But yeah, as you can see, if you max out this perk card, your melee weapon attacks now have a 45% chance to cripple a limb, which is a pretty high chance to cripple something. Anyways, carrying on here, next up we got the Brick Wall perk card. When your glow is high, which I'll be going over glow as well further in this video in case you don't know about it, but as you see, when your glow is high, makes you immune to staggering attacks, which could be beneficial against some tougher opponents. Carrying on here, next up we got Radioactive Strength. This is another one that I think is going to be an excellent perk card for plenty of players. As you can see here, if you max out this perk card, here's what it does. Expend a moderate amount of glow to deal 150% more damage with power attacks and bashing. Wow. 150% more damage, huh? That's going to be an excellent combination while being feral as the ghoul. Oh man, you're going to be dealing out some serious melee damage. Anyways, carrying on here, this next perk card is Breathe It In. As you can see here, this one, if you have it fully maxed out, your rad resistance is reduced by 150. As you know, rads heal you as a ghoul. So yeah, that's beneficial if you are a ghoul to have. Anyways, carrying on here, this next one is called the Eye of the Hunter. This one's an interesting perk card and could create some interesting possibilities of a build. As you see here, if you max it out, your vision allows you to be more accurate in bats from a very long distance. So it goes from a longer distance to slightly longer distance to a very long distance. So hey, this is actually pretty handy if you're like into sniping and stuff, or in general if you like to use VATS from a distance. This could actually be really handy. So this is what I was saying before. All of it doesn't lean toward a melee build user, but it seems like to get the most bang for your buck as a ghoul, you want to lean toward more melee. It seems like it has more benefits toward that. That opinion could change in the future. Anyways, carrying on here though, this next perk card is called Rad Reaver. As you can see here, dealing non-automatic melee damage provides a small amount of glow. So yeah. Pretty self-explanatory. Anyways, carrying on here, this next perk card is called Glowing Hunter. As you can see here, this perk card makes it so traces of glowing blood now have a 50% chance to appear on animal corpses. So yeah, if glowing blood is something you may be on the search for, this is a handy perk card to have. Anyways, next up here is the Glowing Gut. Irradiated food and drink grant 300% more rads if you have it maxed out. Starts at 100%, then 200%, then 300%. And that's a big jump right there. 100% is already a lot. I mean, sheesh. 300% though more rads. So you're going to be able to like heal yourself really fast with this perk card. Because as you may know, as a ghoul, rads heal you. Anyways, carrying on here, this next perk card is called Radiation Power. Here's another one that requires you to spend a little bit of your glow to deal more damage. If you have this maxed out, you'll be able to deal 20% bonus damage to targets. And as you can see, it is an endurance perk card. So hey, this is also a really handy perk card to have. You just got to spend your glow, which combining it with the glowing gut perk card, which is also an endurance perk card, that would be a great combination because you'll be able to get up your glow really quickly with irradiated food and drink because it'll grant you 300% more rads. So you'll be able to keep using your glow over and over as long as you got food and drink stored on you. Toxic water or you know, the toxic goo or whatever you can get from Westech. But anyways, this next perk card is called Thick Skin, and it's also another endurance perk card. And if you have this maxed out, you will take significantly less damage from ballistic attacks. So yeah, obviously, the more you invest into this perk card, the stronger you're going to be against ballistic attacks. But anyways, carrying on here, next up is the Chem Diet perk card. If you have this maxed out, chems are 75% more effective at reducing how feral you are. Now this could be in between of what you want. Some people may want feral, which I'll be getting more into that further in this video. But if feral isn't something you want, then yeah, this is something you may want to pop on to make sure you're not becoming feral. Anyways, next cool perk card up is Feral Presence. This one makes it so if you have it maxed out while feral, you reduce your target's damage output by 30% after you attack for 5 seconds. So this just makes you more tanky while you're feral. Anyways, this is also a beneficial perk card, which I can see a lot of players utilizing. As you see here, this one's called United Ordeal, and it states here if you have it maxed out, while in a team with another ghoul, you gain +3 to all special. So yeah, this is something that I'd suggest a lot of players to put on if you're a ghoul. It's something that could definitely benefit you. +3 to all your special stats, including endurance. That's nice. Anyways, next ghoul perk card we got is Moral Support. As you can see here, it states, when on a team, you become feral 50% slower. So once again, if you don't want to become feral, this is something you may want to use. Anyways, next cool perk card we got is Glowing One. Having this maxed out, as you can see, it states, holding large amounts of glow provides greater glow to nearby ghouls on your team. So this is something that could definitely benefit your team. Could be handy during the raid. Anyways, next up here we got the Mad Scientist ghoul perk card. As you can see here, if you have this maxed out, energy weapons expend a small amount of glow per attack for 20% damage. So this makes your energy weapons a bit stronger. Anyways, next perk card we got is Rad Specialist. If you have this maxed out, you reduce 25% rad resistance on armor, double if wearing a matching armor set. So yeah, I don't really see me using this perk card honestly, but yeah, it's another new perk card. Anyways, next up here we got Bomb Scientist. It's not rocket science. But anyways, yeah, having this maxed out makes it so expending glow makes your thrown grenades deal 50% more damage. So if you're the one that likes using grenades, this could be handy for you. 50% extra damage is quite a bit. Anyways, next up we got the Science Monster ghoul perk card. It states here if you have this maxed out while you have glow, gain 15% bonus damage for 10 seconds upon getting hit. So this is definitely something I'd suggest popping on as a ghoul, getting that extra bonus damage no matter what your build is. Okay, now this perk card is freaking amazing. As you see, this it's called Action Ghoul. And if you have this maxed out, the power of glow makes your action point regenerate 45% faster. How nice is that? So if you like using action points, this is definitely something you want to pop on. Power attacks take action points, and if you want that extra 150% more damage from using a power attack by spending your glow, this may be something handy for you. Anyways, next up here we got Jaguar Speed ghoul perk card. It states you now sprint 20% faster when your glow is high. So I believe this can also mix with Speed Demon, so you'll be extremely fast if you have this on as well. Next up here we got Gun Tricks. This was obviously inspired from the Fallout TV show because of the ghoul on the show. Well, honestly, I think the Fallout TV show definitely motivated the developers to make it so we can become a ghoul in Fallout 76, for sure. But yeah, as you can see, if you have this perk card, Gun Tricks, maxed out, it states your enhanced reflexes allow you to reload weapons 30% faster. But honestly, I don't know. I guess that just depends if you're using weapons that require reloading or not. Personally, if I was to become a ghoul, I would definitely be choosing the melee route. So I don't know. This could be handy though. if, once again, you're using something besides melee. Anyways, carrying on here, next up we got Hyper Reflexes Ghoul perk card. When you have this maxed out, when your glow is high, it states you gain a 20% evasion chance. So yeah, this is honestly a no-brainer to pop on. It's just going to make you harder to hit, which will benefit you, especially in the raid. Anyways, next up here we have Battle Genes. This one makes it so if you have it maxed out, you gain 4 hit points per second while in combat. This isn't something I'll be using, honestly, but who knows? This may be handy to someone out there. Anyways, carrying on here, we got Glowing Criticals Ghoul perk card. This states if you haven't maxed out, when your glow is high, gain 50% bonus critical damage in VATS. So, yeah, this could be handy if you're using VATS. You know, you can still hit VATS while being a melee build, so could be handy to put on. Carrying on here though, we got the Faulty Spots Ghoul perk card. States weak point damage is increased by 15%. So yeah, pretty cool. Next up we have the Wild West Hands Ghoul perk card. States here if you have it maxed out, 36% chance to instantly reload your entire magazine when empty. So you'd basically have like a bottomless clip. Honestly, this is pretty freaking awesome. I could definitely see some faster damage being done while having this on. Anyways, next up here, this is a legendary Ghoul perk card, and it's called Action Diet. Bashing bullets make part of a complete breakfast. But yeah, if you have this maxed out at 4 stars, it states here on kills, you heal 8 hit points and reduce how feral you are by 5%. Not something I'm really going to go with. I'm honestly going to be feral if I become a ghoul. But hey, it is what it is. Anyways, next up here, we got the Feral Rage legendary perk card. States here, if you have this maxed out, when feral, all glow perk abilities cost 50% less glow. So this is something I'm definitely going to be using. Definitely. Because as you just heard, if you were watching this video, there's plenty of other ghoul perk cards that require you to, you know, spend your glow in exchange for some more damage and stuff. So yeah, this will definitely be really handy to max out as a ghoul. But yeah, there you have it. That is all of the new Ghoul perk cards, and obviously it's one of the main reasons why it is worth it to become a Ghoul, because of the new possibilities of the new builds you can create. Specifically, honestly, if you're a melee build. It seems like the Ghoul once again leans toward more melee users, which that's okay. I mean, you're still becoming incredibly more powerful as a melee user if you switch to a Ghoul. So if you like run a melee build as, you know, a human, it may be something you may want to try out and see how much more powerful you are playing as a Ghoul melee build user. But yeah, speaking of melee build, next I want to get into the feral meter. I did go over this on why it's not worth it to become a Ghoul, because there are a lot of debuffs when you do become feral, but it's also a positive on why you may want to transform into a Ghoul. As you may know, when you are a Ghoul, you have a feral meter now. You can see that at the bottom right, it's red. And the reason why it's red is because, well, I didn't take any chems to keep my feral meter good. And, well, that was on purpose, too. I am trying to have it at 0% just so I can get the feral buff. But keep in mind, on that note, you're not going to be able to use chems that will give you good buffs at the same time if you want to get the 0% feral, which gives you, as you can see if I go to effects, 150% extra melee damage. That's an insane amount of extra melee damage, but it does come with some negatives too. This gives me negative 99 charisma, which I don't care about anymore. It also gives me negative 30 hit points, negative 5 endurance, and also gives me negative 30 max action points. But there's some Ghoul perk cards that'll make up for that, as well as the negative 5 endurance. Remember the one that'll give you 3 special stats? So really I have like negative 2 endurance if I put that perk card on as well. But yeah, the most important thing here, as you can see, I gain feral strength, but I have negative 300% gun accuracy, which is why I was saying Ghouls lean more toward melee users. But yeah, my melee damage is at an extra 150% more. So I'm dishing out some extra serious damage as a melee user. Which, by the way, the melee damage that you're seeing in this video could be so much higher. I literally have no melee perk cards on currently during this gameplay footage. So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, on top of the 150% extra damage, I can combine this with the radioactive strength perk card. As you can see here, expend a moderate amount of glow to deal 150% more damage with power attacks and bashing. So it's like I'm actually doing an extra 300% as a ghoul. That's amazing. But yeah, bashing does require action points, and my action points are now lower, but that's alright because I'm getting an extra 150% more damage. Technically, 300% extra more damage if I land that power attack on an enemy. But yeah, that's enough about the feral meter and why it's beneficial and why you may want to become a ghoul over it. Now I want to get into the glow. The glow is beneficial with some of the perk cards, as I went over previously in this video. And it's also beneficial because it'll give you more health too. How glow works is you just have to get radiation, and it's going to give you an extra health bar. As you can see here, the radiation heals me. So be sure to have toxic water and toxic goo and stuff on you, so you can make sure you stay stocked up on your glow. It acts as an extra health bar and power for some of the new ghoul perk cards. Like I mentioned before, some of the perk cards require us to spend our glow, like use our glow, in order to get the benefits from those perk cards. It's also good to know you are going to have full health to start getting your glow bar. So this could change up your play style on having to play as a full health build if you are wanting to utilize the glow feature with the ghoul. But yeah, that's a lot of the positives over becoming a ghoul that may make you want to transform into it. If you want to learn about the negatives, feel free to once again check that link in the description, or the video will also pop up here at the end. But yeah, hope you all found this video enjoyable as well as informative over whether or not you're going to transform into a ghoul. Keep in mind, if you do have one chance to transform back into a human. After that, it's going to cost atoms to be able to go back to a ghoul and then back to a human. So it is going to cost like real life money, as from the atomic shop. And also, by the way, I feel like this is important to note, you can officially become a ghoul at level 50. The quest called Leap of Faith will appear in your quest log, and that will be the quest line that involves becoming a ghoul. So yeah, keep all that in mind. I'm out of here though, everyone. As always, most importantly, I appreciate y'all taking the time watching and listening. Until next time, peace.